Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is MazezRealm once again, and welcome to another episode of my series, The Arsenal. For this particular episode, I have got one of my most researched and most liked submachine guns in real life, the Chicom CQB, or as it is known in real life, the Type 05 or QCW 05. Now, the reason why I started researching this weapon was because I became a fan of the weapon in Rainbow Six Vegas 2, and it was introduced as a Type 05, and it was the first time I had ever seen this weapon featured in a game, and it was really unique because of just the ballpup design that it has, and it had a really cool burst mode in Rainbow Six Vegas 2. It had a 2-round burst, and it was really unique and interesting in that game, and so I researched it at that time, and I really fell in love with it just because of the unique ammunition that it used and the fact that the Chinese developed the submachine gun to be used as a suppressed weapon in real life, and that was really, really cool. And I really am a fan of suppressed weaponry in real life, and I really thought that that was a cool, unique thing of this weapon in real life. And so when I saw it introduced for Black Ops 2, I was very, very excited about it. And I'm really excited because of the fact that it actually is a unique weapon in Black Ops 2 because of the burst feature. In this game, though, it has a 3-round burst, but it's still very unique. And it's one of my favorites to use in Black Ops 2. So without further ado, I'll jump right into the attachments that I have here very quickly. And that is the suppressor and the adjustable stock. I wanted that added mobility on this weapon. And for the rest of the things, we've got perks and wildcards, and you can see those on screen there. So now we're just going to jump into the gameplay here, and it is a match on the map Plaza. And I really like Plaza because of the nice flank routes that it has, and it also really caters to a fast type of gameplay, and it also caters to close quarters combat, and that's why I really love using submachine guns on this map. Now, the cool thing about the Chicom is that it is really, really accurate. It's probably one of the most accurate submachine guns you can use in Black Ops 2, and that is because of that 3-round burst that the Chicom actually showcases. Now, the cool thing about that as well is that you can conserve ammo even though you have one of the highest rate of fire submachine guns in Black Ops 2 when you equip this gun. So that is another really good thing about the Chicom. The other good thing about the Chicom is that you can overburst the burst, which means that you can actually fire a burst as fast as you can pull the trigger. There's no burst delay, which makes it a really fun weapon to use if you have a really fast trigger finger. And because I do happen to have a really decent trigger finger, I can actually fire this weapon at its really fast rate of fire and at the way it's intended to fire. So in my hands, I really can fire this just as fast as a Scorpion Evo can fire, which is a really good thing, because if I want an accurate shot at long range, I can just slow down my bursts and make them count. If I want to just overburst it in close quarters combat, I can also do that by just, sampling the trigger as fast as I possibly can. So that's a really good thing about the Chicom, and that's a downside to the Chicom if you're not a veteran player when using burst weapons, or if you're just not too keen on burst weapons. And a lot of you are probably thinking, why don't you just put the select fire attachment on the Chicom and just call it a day? Now, the reason why I don't use the select fire is because it actually lowers the rounds per minute when you do that to around 900 plus RPM, and that pretty much puts it on par with the MP7 and the Vector, except that the select fire attachment actually seems to increase the recoil a little bit, and on top of that, it just has low damage for its tier. So it makes it so that the strengths of the Chicom are not really showcased, and instead you actually are showcasing the downsides of the Chicom, and that's really not a good thing if you're wanting to play to the strengths of this weapon. Obviously, why not just use the Vector or the MP7? Just use that if you want to use fully automatic submachine guns. So that's the whole reason why I opted out for the select fire attachments. Right here, you can actually see that I found the boosters for the first time, and I destroyed them, and I ended their streaks. I don't know why boosters decide to play this way, or boost, I should say, in Black Ops 2. There's no real point in boosting in this game because you could be reported, and then all that work that you put into getting all those headshots or kill streaks or whatever is for nothing, because then you end up getting banned from playing the game in general. So that's just a little side note there on the gameplay. If you're wondering why it was so easy to kill these guys, it's because they were boosting, and they were running the Obey clan tag, which was even more insulting to the Obey clan just because of the way that these faggots were playing. I mean, they were really just playing like assholes, and the guy ended up getting the final kill cam while boosting for headshots with the TAC 45, and I did not showcase that final kill cam because it really is just embarrassing to watch, and it's just a really annoying thing to see in Black Ops 2. However, I ended up doing very well, apart from the side that these guys were boosting. The funny thing is that the booster that was doing the best, that was actually, you know, getting all the kill streaks and all the kills, was actually on my team, so I got lucky with that. But it's still something that I really find frustrating, and I discourage you guys into trying that, because it's a stupid way to play the game, and it's an unhonorable way of playing the game, if that's even a word. So if you guys are thinking of boosting, don't do it. Just don't do it. And I will be airing a special episode of Behind the Gamer Tag on those boosters, so you guys can see how stupid these guys were, and how ignorant they are as well. So if you guys are interested in seeing a little bit more about those boosters, then tune in to watch an episode of Behind the Gamer Tag on those guys, and hopefully you guys will learn to not play that way and report those guys. But that's enough about the particular gameplay on this episode of The Arsenal. And a little bit more about the Chicom that I wanted to talk about was that initially a lot of people were suggesting not to run a suppressor on this weapon, and the reason because of that, or for that I should say, is because of the fact that you do lower a little bit of the range of the Chicom, and the Chicom does tear up people when it's unsuppressed. I found a lot of success using this weapon with the quick draw handle, the adjustable stock, and the fast mag attachment. It really worked well in that configuration, but I figured that because this weapon is so unique, and because the weapon was meant to be suppressed in real life, I wanted to make a class based on the real life variant of this weapon, and it's actually really, really good with the suppressor anyway. I actually find it more useful for me with the suppressor because of my playstyle than when it's unsuppressed. I find the pros that they actually outweigh the cons way more, and I actually found a lot more versatility and use to this weapon when using it suppressed than when using it unsuppressed. So it's basically a matter of preference, and that's why, you know, you guys tune in for the Arsenal to watch how I play with my particular loadouts. And if you guys don't like it suppressed, then, you know, you guys can make your own loadouts and then suggest that to me on the comment section. But other than that, I really wanted to showcase this weapon. It's really one of my favorite weapons in real life. I mean, the Chinese really went above and beyond developing this weapon platform in real life. It's very unique. The ammunition that they use is very unique. The configuration of the weapon, the burst mode that they use in real life is very, very unique. And it's definitely a weapon that you guys should do a little bit more research on. But that pretty much wraps it up for this episode, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And until next time, this has been MazezRealm. I am out.